There we go. Look at that. Our ship has an immense array of weapons that we can just dynamically add. And we're keeping track of all of it. We have a ship that's firing. This is fun. I'm having a blast with this. What's up, everybody? Axe Wizard here. When we left off with this, we just finished up doing a little code refactor. We do need to do a little bit more work, but I think I'm going to take a few moments because over like the last 5 episodes, like nothing really new has happened. So I kind of want to get some stuff working. I'm not going to tackle the Sector of Fire stuff yet. I think what I should do is I'm going to create a bigger ship sprite that has the area to put a bunch of turrets on, and then you can see all this hard work come to life in action. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go down here, sprites. Okay, so new, we're going to create and sprite. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a little bit of a bigger ship. So I'm going to do like 128 wide and 64 tall. We'll make that happen. So then we will edit. Oh, I'm going to name this one SPR placeholder. This is all placeholder art. Big ship. Right. So edit image. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a spaceship. Let's see. Let's do something like, I don't know what I want to do and it's driving me nuts. You know what? Let's look up some spaceships. How about that? Yeah, I'm uploading the last video right now, so that's cool. So, 2D top down. Oh, you know what we can do? This is a good time to show you guys OpenGameArt. So if you search OpenGameArt, you can find a lot of stuff that people share. So I can look up spaceship, and I'm going to uncheck everything except 2D. I'm going to keep all the licenses. I'm going to search. So, I mean, this is a pretty cool little spaceship there. Different types you can do. So people can like share their art and stuff on here. So very rarely do I just take something from here, but sometimes I like to just look here for inspiration to see what other people do. So I wish that I could zoom in more on these. I guess I can just do this. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So, you know, those are some kind of cool ideas. Those are more like fighter ships, though. I'm talking about like a battle cruiser. I want something big. Okay. You know, we will just search for spaceship. One word. Okay. Some cooler ideas. Most of these are like smaller stuff. I mean, this one could be cool. This is like a... That looks pretty dope. Looks all spacey. So I'm just going to keep going through here until I find one that I like. Ooh, here we go. Look at this. There's like a big old cruiser, man. That looks dope. I like it. I'm going to kind of go with this here. So I'm going to use this for reference. I'm going to kind of make my own. So whatever, we got a super basic spaceship. I don't know why I added one. Yes, get that out of there. Cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to center this. And this is going to be fun. Edit image. So this is like the center here. So 1, 2, 3, so those are 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 this way. So now I'm going to calculate like where these, where the weapons should be placed. And I might have to put a notepad down for this stuff here. So we'll do notepad. Just to kind of keep track. So 16. So this is the center. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a total of what, 20? So top left x equals x minus 20. And then 1, 2, 3, this is 16. So 15. Y minus 15. So we'll do the top or the bottom left now. Bottom left x, same thing, x minus 20, and then y, we're doing y plus 15. And then top right. So back here was the center, so we've got 16. This is what, 32? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 39. X plus 39. And y. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12. Y minus 12, which means that we could copy paste this. Bottom so this means that we need to calculate the length that we need to go. So we also need to calculate the direction. So that's going to be fun. So remember, we had to use a Pythagorean theorem to get basically the slope of the triangle. So we know that, you know, 39 plus 12 high, these are our x and y. We just have to get that slope that will get us the length. And that was a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You can see we get to use that stuff we learned in school again. So we have 39 squared. A squared plus b squared plus 12 squared. And then we're going to do the square root. Is this the square root? Okay. What is the square root of 1665? It is. I'll be damned. Okay. So 40. We'll just say 40. So we'll round up and say 41 is the length. So let's just do... len is going to be 41. And this should be the same for both of these. And now we need to do that calculation again for the top left and bottom left. So let's do 20 squared plus 15 squared gives us 625, and then this is going to be 25. So this is 25 away. So we'll do len 25. Okay. Now we still have to figure out the direction. So how can we... I mean, the good news is we can use GameMaker for that. So what we can just do here is I'm going to save this for now. And then for my little debug stuff here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say debug stuff. Actually, I don't even need to do this in the draw event. What I'll do is I'll do it in the create event here. Ready? Check this out. This is gonna be some cool stuff. So to do, remove this debug stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have GameMaker calculate the direction for me. So what we're gonna do is we have roughly where like the X and Y is gonna be. So if we just put show debug message, and what we can do, it needs to be a string. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say var xx yy. How do I want to do this? I should not be doing this. I'm already tired. You know, we're just going to do it. We're just going to make a big ugly string. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say top left direction, right? And what we're going to do here is we're going to make like basically a big long string that we're going to output. So what we're going to do here is var, I'm just going to do D1, D2, D3, D4. So D1 equals point direction. Now we're going to do our own XY. And then we're going to do X plus, what do we have? So this is, we want to do top left first. So this is going to be X minus 20. And then we want to do Y minus, what, 15 was it? 12. Wait, no, yeah, 15. Okay. Oh, I hit insert on accident. That's stupid. There we go. Cool. So then that should give us the direction. So now all we have to do is say string, and we can put D1. And then, bam, there's one debug message. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste this. 1, 2, 3. We're going to change this to be each direction that we want to calculate. Get out of the way. E4. And we're going to do bottom left. And we're going to do top right. And we're going to do bottom right. Because that's what we're trying to calculate here. So we want string D2. D3, that's not, there we go, D3, and D4. All right, so now we just got to plug in our other values. So top left, we're doing bottom left now. So X minus 20, Y plus 15. And then now we're doing top right, which was X plus 39. So we're going to do X. Yeah, X plus 39. I'm going to split these up, that way they're easier to follow here. Okay. It's also going to be plus 39. So then the top right one was Y minus 12. And this one was going to be Y plus 12. So I put this in the create event. So what that means is that if I run this, this should only fire at the very start of the game, and it should output this into my console here somewhere. Here we go, right here. Look at that. Nice. So I'm going to copy and paste this actually. Copy. Nice. So the top right direction was roughly 17 degrees. Cool. I'm going to actually use these exact values. I'm not going to round it all. I'm just going to plug them in. So cool. So we did that. Now we can remove this. Save that for how it was. I'm going to close this. And now we get to have some fun. So we made we made our ship. So let's update that. Sprite placeholder, and we're going to do our big ship. And what we are going to do is, this was our one that we were working on with our turret. So I'm going to comment these ones out for now, because I don't want to lose those just yet. But what I do want to do is I want to make like 4 more of these. There we go. So now we have a bunch of these. You know what? I'm going to make them be more... Yeah, I'm going to make them be a little better. So, attack timer max. The expire was a little short. We might want to make that a bit longer. So we'll make it last longer. We'll still make it move the same speed. And all that should be good there. So, cool. Now we're going to copy, paste. There we go. So we should have like 4 now. And what we're going to do is we're just going to plug in these values. So our offset length, this will be top left. You know, I'm going to move these so that they are in order actually. So I'm going to boom, bottom left direction, top right direction, and bottom right direction. There we go. So I'm just going to work my way down. So top, so we're going to do offset length is going to be 1710. Let me just copy this. And the direction, oh wait, no, wait, I did this wrong. Offset direction. The length is going to be 41. There we go. We've got that one. Cool. And then next we are going to do 41 for the length again, and then this time for the direction we're doing 342.90. There we go. We got that one. Next length is going to be 25. I'll just set both of these now. Boom. And the top left direction was going to be 143. So we can set that here. And the last one was going to be 216. Copy. Save. So now if we run this, look at that. We have turrets on our ship. Oh, hell yeah. Messing all these ships up. This is professional. So it looks kind of weird. Like it looks like the bullets are coming out from underneath the ship. And that does look kind of weird. So this is what I was saying about like sectors of fire. So now we have a ship. This thing turns way too fast for being so bulky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow this pig down even more. All right, we got our weapons. So acceleration speed, I'm going to do 0.3. I'm going to make this super slow. Turn speed, we're having that. And I'm going to do max speed 4. Let's see how this runs now. There we go. Now it feels a bit more like a bigger ship, right? We got like a little battle cruiser. We can actually take some stuff out. Nice. So let me see if I can fix the weird placement issue thing going on here. So draw. So we're drawing our weapons. On top of us, which is fine. But then when we're creating our projectile, we're creating it below us. So if we look here in our projectile code here, when we do the instance create depth, we're creating it like below us. So what if I just put depth? Yeah, it's still, that doesn't look right still. But what if we make it depth -1, then it'll appear above it. Oh, I guess that doesn't look too bad. That's pretty snazzy, actually. Look at that, we fixed it. Nice. Amazing. Cool. All right, next thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to also draw, I wanted to make a cursor. So I'm going to do create sprite. And here we're going to do SPR placeholder cursor. And we're going to make this, let's do, I don't know, 64 by 64 would probably be okay. Edit image. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make like a nice targeting reticle. And I might have to like outline this in white, but I think this should work. So I might also have to make it, I should make this a little thicker. That's a thick, chunky boy right there. That's chunky. Okay. Yeah, so now we need to go back down here. You know what? I'm just going to do a square. And I'm going to do like this. Yeah, I think we're just going to go all the way up. That's fine. And as far as where we come in at, I think this looks okay. This one might need a little bit there. I think that is, if we set our grid to be 8 by 8. Yeah, I think we need to go in here and then in here. There we go. So that should be somewhat symmetrical now. Yeah, this is probably way too big, but we're going to set this to be center. And I'm going to save this. And then in my ship event here for draw, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, to do, move this somewhere else. Maybe. I'm just going to draw the cursor. I'm going to have the ship draw the cursor on the mouse position, which might not be the best thing to do. But, you know what? Let's just create an object and just have that. So we're going to do, is Alt-O to create a new object? Yes. OBJ cursor. Okay. For Sprite, placeholder, cursor. And what we're going to do is basically, we're going to say begin step, X equals mouse X, Y equals mouse Y. And I think we're going to copy this. We're going to add, actually, we're just going to duplicate this event into end step. There we go. So every step, we're basically setting our coordinates at the beginning and end of every step, because I don't know when GameMaker calculates where the mouse coordinate is. So now if we go to our room here, what I can do is I can place this object cursor in there. And if we hit play, look at that. Now we got a cursor. And on top of that, we can set the depth of the cursor. That way it's always going to be, you know, above everything else, because it should be fine. There we go. Look at this. So yeah, we got a ship that can shoot stuff. We're drifting this pig. Check this out. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this baby going the right direction. Oh, now we're hauling. Let me slow it down. Slow the pain bus. There we go. Nice. Cool. I still think it's accelerating too fast. I might have to slow that down even more. So let's get rid of this room screen. Go to create. I'm going to drop it down to 0.2. And I'm going to slow the turn speed just down to 1. I want this thing to just be a literal bus. There we go. Now it takes some time to maneuver this bad boy. But because it doesn't have much maneuverability, you can rely on your turrets to actually be able to aim and stuff for you, as opposed to relying on facing your enemies. So I think this is pretty good. Pew 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 pew. Nice. Cool. So now you can at least see why I went through all the effort of creating this this weapon struct type here. And because it didn't really make much sense, like when I was editing the video, I was like, you know, I went through all this effort to make like this little stupid turret on top of my ship that just points towards my cursor. That seems kind of dumb. So I wanted to show why we were doing all this stuff. And then I think to round this episode out, what I want to do is I also kind of want to make like a basic gun sprite. So I think Alt S is a new sprite. Yes. SPR placeholder gun 1, whatever. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make this I'm going to make it 16 by, no wait, that's probably way too big. I want to do maybe 8 by 5, maybe 10 by 5. Edit image. So what this will let us do is we can create like a super basic gun, and this is just going to look like another pixelated cock and balls, isn't it? Yeah, whatever. There you go. We have a gun. Now, again, because it's space, I'm going to switch this to be gray, and then I'm going to, let's just keep this a dark gray. Yeah, we'll just, there you go. We have a super basic gun. Pew pew. Awesome. Yeah, there you go. There's a super basic gun. So we're going to set, I'm going to set the origin to the middle left, because this will be sort of where the gun attaches. And I think as we move, like that should be exactly what needs to happen with it. So that should be fine there. So now that I have a placeholder gun, I also need to, on my Sprite big ship, I kind of wanted to put some guns on the side here. So now I have to calculate again where these are going to be. So left wing guns. I kind of want to add 2, right? I want this thing to have like 8 guns total, just to be a complete beast. So left wing guns. So let's just do left wing. Yeah, we'll just do left gun 1, left gun 2, right gun 1, right gun 2. Okay. So we're going to need a few things. We're going to need the XY of where they of the XY position and where they are relative to the center. So this is the center here. So we got 16, 32, 48. So 48, we'll say 46 for the first one. X plus 46. And then we'll do this X plus 46. For the second one, I think this is going to be about right here. So we'll just do X plus 48. X plus 48. And we'll do the same for this one. X plus 48. Because it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4. Left gun 1, left gun 2. Right gun 1, right gun 2. Okay, so now we're going to have to calculate the Y. So 16, 32, we're going to say 28, I think. So this one's going to be Y minus 28. And then for this one, we're going to want to put it like right about here, which is going to be 20. Y minus 20. And then these are going to be Y plus 20 and Y minus 28. Oh no, Y plus 28, sorry. There we go. So now we know that. Now we need to calculate the length of where that stuff is. So we're going to do our handy dandy calculator again. And we are going to do 46 squared plus 28 squared equals, we're going to square root that, so this is 53.8. 53.8 is going to be the length, and this should be identical for these, so 53.8. And now we need to calculate the other one, so 48 squared plus 20 squared, and get the square root of that, that's 52. 52. Look at that. We are real programmers doing our own calculations like a boss. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back in here. That's not what I want to do. We're going to close this for now. We're going to uncomment these weapons out. Okay. And so I also need to be able to handle, I guess instead of turret sprite, we'll just do weapon sprite. Yeah, we'll just do weapon sprite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to control F turret sprite. I'm just going to change it to weapon sprite. And I'm going to change all instances of it, including this little here. Sprite of the weapon to use. Save. Now we just broke our game. So in the draw event here, we're going to draw the weapon. And we're still going to need to do this here. So what we're going to do here is angle. The angle that the weapon's going to be drawn at is going to be different depending on if it's a turret or if it's fixed. So we're going to have to do that differently. Angle will be different depending on if it is a fixed or independent weapon. Fixed or turret weapon. Okay. We'll just say it fixed or not. Okay. So we'll do var, and we're just going to do A for angle. And what we're going to do is say if we're going to cut this here. And what we're going to say is if weapon fixed A equals, if it's fixed, it's just going to be our own image angle. Else A, you know what, instead of doing a else, what we can do is we can say var A equals, and then we can just weapons angle. I'm going to cut that, replace it with our new variable. And I'm going to say weapons angle, but if it's fixed, then change A to just equal our own image angle. And so now this should be fine. Variable turret sprite. Oh, see, we got to change this to weapon sprite. Weapon sprite. Save. There we go. We should be good. And then we need to go back to our massive array of weapons here. I'm going to copy these top two again. And I'm just going to paste them like right here. Okay. So now we have to do a weapon sprite. So I'm just going to put that up here. Weapon sprite. So now we got to feed in these values of where this weapon's going to be placed at. So left gun 1. I also need to calculate the direction for them again. Gotcha. Okay. Debug time again. To do, remove, debug, code, var, D1, D2, D3, D4. Not the cleanest way, but I'm sure that there's probably a dynamic way of doing it, but I don't know off the top of my head. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say D1 equals, I'm just going to calculate all of this stuff here. So D1 equals, just going to put this stuff here for now. That way I can quickly reference it without having to open up my notepad a bunch. Point direction, and we're going to do our own X, our own Y, and we're going to say X plus 46, Y minus 28. Okay, D2. And you know what? I'm just going to copy paste again. Save a little bit of typing because this episode's already going on a bit longer than I wanted it to, but I think it's worth it because we're actually going to be doing some cool stuff. So now that we've got that, so we did that. Now we need to do X plus 48. Oh, I put 40. I put 36. This needs to be 46. And then this needs to be 20. That's not what I meant to do at all. 20. There we go. And this is going to be 48 as well. This is going to be plus 20. And this is going to be 46 and plus 28. There we go. So now we're going to do our debug messages, show debug message, and we're going to say, I'm just going to put dear one because I'm just going to go through like sequentially. And then what we're going to do, plus string equals D1. There we go. Now I'm going to copy and paste this 4 times. Edit these. There we go. So now if I run this, hopefully the game doesn't crash because I changed things. It crashed. var a weapons eye angle, not set before reading it. Gotcha. Okay. So here's the problem there is in my create event here, for my fixed weapons, I'm not specifying angle in my object. So what I need to do is I need to say, if not fixed, a equals, and then I'm just going to initialize it to image angle. And this should fix that problem. So now if I run this, it's still crashing. What's wrong with it now? Weapon sprite not set. Oh, I haven't set it yet. Anyway, it still gives me the directions and stuff here. So I'm going to just put this here. Yeah, cool. Anyway, abort. So let me go back and finish doing this stuff here. So now we have our weapon sprite. We need to make sure that we add that to all of these weapons. There we go. I think that, yeah, there we go. We should have it all now. So now we just need to make sure that we bring in, so left gun 1, the direction is going to be 53.8, and the wait, that was the length. This is the direction, and then this was the length. 53.8 next. So length was here. And then the direction was this. Okay, next. Length is going to be 52. And then the direction was going to be this. And then finally 53.8 again for the length. And then the direction was this. Oops, I didn't mean to copy the whole thing. That was dumb. Save. Okay, now, so if we run this, I think it should run. Look at that. But I did kind of a dumb thing. I drew my turret sprite as my weapon sprite, so that looks kind of derpy. So now what we have to do is change these to be placeholder gun 1. And I'm just going to copy and paste this and update this for these ones here. I think that should be it. Save. So now we get to see our new gun in action. There we go. Look at that. Our ship has an immense array of weapons that we can just dynamically add. And we're keeping track of all of it. We have a ship that's firing. This is fun. I'm having a blast with this. And what I think I might do is I might try to implement shields in the next episode, because that's going to be a fun thing too. But anyway, there we go. So now we're shooting straight ahead, and we're also shooting wherever our mouse is. So look at us go. We are amazing. Yes. I'm so glad this works. And it works pretty darn well. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks amazing. Cool. Anyway, next video, we're gonna be doing shields.